A voice like rain on an old tin roof brings stories alive with a soothing truth. In pages he weaves a world so light. The stars lean close to kiss the night. His voice lulls hearts in restless mind, lost in tales where dreams unwind. The book feather reads as shadows rise. His words are calm as lullabies. So turn the page and close your eyes. Float where the quiet whispers lie. Across the oceans the story's tide. Relax.
Charge complete.
Let the world subside. 1,000 accents the moonlight bends, and words no borders, no distance ends. Worlds collide in his gentle tone. A whisper makes you feel at home. Each line he shares feels like coming back to a hearth of words in the silent black. From novels deep to poems that sway, he reads the night into the day. So turn the page and close your eyes. Float where the quiet whispers lie. Across the oceans the story's tide. Relax and let the world subside. 1,000 accents the moonlight bends, and words no borders, no distance ends. Across the oceans the story's tide. Relax and let the world subside. A voice like rain on an old tin roof brings stories alive with a soothing truth. In pages he weaves a world so light. The stars lean close to kiss the night. His voice lulls hearts in restless mind, lost in tales where dreams unwind. The book feather reads as shadows rise. His words are calm as lullabies. So turn the page and close your eyes. Float where the quiet whispers lie. Across the oceans the story's tide. Relax and let the world subside. A 1,000 accents the moonlight bends, and words no.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Giggity. All right.
Seems quiet. Too quiet.
I'm Batman. Gotham is never safe without me. What time is it? It's 7 o'clock. Okay, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You can attach towers? Shut up. Impromptu performance this evening, which I must say was indeed a welcome distraction. Thank you, Mr. Holmes. You're very kind. This is going to be funny.
Red Thorn. She's so tiny. Aren't you? You're just so tiny. It's good to see you, sir. Oh my goodness. Petra, you want to say hi? You want to say hi to everybody? It's over here. It's over here. Yeah, I'm talking quietly. I'm relaxing the puppy. Okay. We'll see how long she stays. All right. Good girl. We just had a lot of fun outside. We've learned, this is why my shirt's all wet, because we've learned that she likes to chase the jet from the hose. Because I was watering the raised beds and whatnot, and so she really enjoys that. So I dried her up the best I could, but she is adorable. Yes. I don't know why I keep looking down. I can see her on my screen. There we go. We'll see how long she actually stays. Oh, puppy. I'm very excited to start this new book tonight. I got it right here in front of me. I even have custom bookmark. That's right. Because I'm special. I also thought, oh, let me join the puzzle real quick. That way you guys can see what it's all about. My shirt's all wet. Well, there's special and then there's special. Choose your next words wisely, ma'am. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, for the marble races, I thought we'll still do some lap races, but I thought we could also do some battle royale style, marble versus marble. Of course, I made the mistake of showing Shelby the puppy, and of course she wants one. Well, of course she does. I mean, look at her. She's freaking adorable. You know? Just look at her. How could you not? Hello, author of the hour. So, I learned that I am one of two people that call you Mel. And that you actually don't really like people calling you Mel, but you've let it slide with me, apparently. Would that be accurate? Am I saying that correctly? Just want to make sure. Yes, that is correct. Okay. So, honest question. Is it okay if I keep calling you Mel, or would you prefer I call you Melissa? And by the way, guys, this is the link to the book. It's okay to smack him. I do it all the time. It's okay. All right. Because I have to admit, I do enjoy being in that category of, you know, a unique name-calling niche. I think that's kind of a cool honor to have. And the only reason I even started using Mel was because of your Twitch name. So, ML, Mel, it just kind of made sense. So you did it to yourself, really. What about Melly? Yeah, I don't think so. No. She's so cute. All right. Like I said, I'm very excited to get into this story. I also want to show you guys a picture real quick on my phone. This is the current state of the bench that I've been building. I just need to do a little bit of sanding and then start applying the protective paint that'll keep it safe outside, but the build itself is finished, so I wanted to show you what it looks like. So there it is. Focus. I've never built a bench before. And yes, there are plenty of issues with it that I would love to do over. But considering this is my first ever build of a bench, I think it's pretty darn good. Is it from a kit? No, it's my own design, and I came up with the concept myself. From start to finish, it's just all me figuring it out as I go. So yeah, no blueprints, nothing. Just here we go. So yeah, it's and I don't yet own like a miter saw, like a what's the other term for it? My brain. It's not braining. But anyway, I've been using a circular saw for all my cuts, and it's really hard to get a perfectly straight cut when you're just freehanding it. So, like I said, it's not all perfect, but I will later this summer, hopefully, I will be getting my hands on a miter saw so that what I cut in the future will have nice straight lines. And that will help a lot. So there's a chop saw that can usually miter. Yeah, it's the one I'm looking at is battery operated. You don't have to plug it in, so it's a bit more portable. 7.25-inch blade, which is the same as my circular saw, but I'll be able to actually, get through the process a lot better. Straight edges, the whole 9 yards. So anyway, just wanted to show you that. Standing one on a table. Yeah, so it'd be kind of like that. This one I can move around and I don't have to plug it in. I just use a battery. My son wants to know what brand. So I use Craftsman brand tools. Not because I'm devoted to them or anything. It's just because they're a good tool that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. And they do a pretty good job of getting the work done. So, yeah, I've been pretty happy with the Craftsman supply. I'm here, but I can barely raise my arms to type. Workout kicked my butt. Well, hello, Stunt Mama. And, Puppy. We'll see how long she stays. We wore her out a little bit so that what she's doing right now was what I hoped would happen. So I need a saw that I can use for ripping wood. Oh, yeah, like a table saw. Yeah, that would be... Yeah, I don't have room for that. I actually need to build some shelves so I can get more things up off the workbench and in a home kind of thing. I use Ryobi, DeWalt, and some others. I've got a DeWalt sander, but even that I have now added a Craftsman because, again, it's just battery operated. I don't have to plug it in, which is great. Freedom to move around is important. So, Super, what's up? Renato, hello. So many people in here right now. It's lovely to see you all. Absolutely lovely. Before we move over to our reading screen and start doing some Marble Royale, I'm going to read to you again the back of the book so that we can all be on the same page regarding what this book is about. Okay? All right, good. So the back of the book reads as follows. Ava Morgan arrives in Nashville, a city transformed by music and gripped by rising crime, a serial killer on the loose. All she has to her name is a dream and an unshakable determination to make it in country music. With a rough plan in mind, Ava has a place to stay and takes a job waiting tables at a local and upcoming bar, hoping for a chance to perform on their stage. Then she meets Owen Lane, a rising country star battling his own demons in the cutthroat music scene. Their connection is instantaneous and undeniable, but Owen's past has left him wary of love. When Ava suddenly stops communicating, Owen is left questioning if what they shared was real or just a fleeting moment. Meanwhile, the city is haunted by the killer's trail. Is Ava just avoiding Owen? Or has she unknowingly become the killer's next target? So there you go. Exclamation point whisper to... whisper. Wishes. Exclamation point wishes to learn more about this book. Let's bounce over. All right. So, we've got the puzzle. We've got marbles. We will do some Grand Prix races, but I thought I'd start off with a couple of Battle Royales first, just because why the heck not? If you've never played a Marbles on Stream game, you don't have to do anything except enter. And to enter, you just type in a command, and the game does the rest. You don't have to do any commands. You don't have to focus on it even, it does it all by itself. So don't feel intimidated. It's a very stream friendly game, or races, whatever. So yeah, let's jump in. So in order to play, all you have to do is type what it says on the screen, !play, and you will be entered. So I'm going to start the countdown, 60 seconds on the clock. That's how much time you have to enter. And then the battle will start by itself, and may the best marble win. We'll find out whose ball's better than the others. And while that's happening, I'm going to open this book for the first time ever, because don't forget, I never read ahead. Where did my puppy cam go? There it is. Thank you very much. Let's put you right there. It's like we got to keep an eye on the puppy. That's ballsy. I know. So, Tennessee Wishes by Melissa Roos, or as I like to say, Mel. Tennessee Wishes, dare them to come true. Absolutely. We've got a dedication page, and then we jump right into chapter 1. So let's see. This story is 298 pages, and looks like, or wait, no, 296 pages technically, and that includes the epilogue. 62 chapters in total. So, yeah. Let's get into it. Yeah, just a quick short, just a one stream quick short story. I'm drinking pineapple orange juice with nothing else added in. Nothing at all. Just some ice.
Oh, she's so cute.
All right, I'm going to get distracted. Chapter 1. Why do I not believe you? I have no idea. Oh, we're watching Stunt. She's chasing after Renato. Meow. She's on fire. Oh, me, Super, and Red are already out. That was quick. Okay, getting distracted. Chapter 1 is Nashville, Tennessee, present day. We're going to do that again. Good luck, everybody. And again, Mel, thank you for letting me read another of your books. I really appreciate it. Mad Locust, welcome in. Hello. The large alabaster moon shone like a spotlight on stage, illuminating the streets in an enchanting glow. This was Dorothea's favorite time, when almost everyone was tucked in safely for the night. The city was subdued. Neon stopped flashing, and lights winked out all over the high-rise buildings. The city was now more like a sleeping giant than a buzzing hive. The twang of music no longer carried in the air, nor did the constant hum of traffic from automobiles or pedestrians. The day's stifling heat finally yielded, giving up its stronghold on the urban jungle. She slowly wandered through the empty streets, past the small encampment of street people hunkered down by the abandoned warehouses. As she rambled by, one lone hand raised in her direction, a silent salute meant to include her. She knew she could join them. There was safety in numbers, especially since there was a killer on the loose. But she craved solitude. Her aching body craved rest, and her mind desired peace, which she wouldn't find among those chatterboxes. Instead, she followed the narrow streets leading away from them and the structure. Slipping through the almost invisible opening in the 10-foot-high fence, she entered the maze of the abandoned plant. She picked up the pace, glancing nervously over her shoulder until she had successfully worked her way across it and came to the river. Seeing the river, she relaxed and meandered down by the edge. Here, man-made sounds faded away, replaced by the croak of a frog, the lap of water, and the steady buzz of insects. The aroma of damp earth replaced the smell of hot asphalt. She was close now. She slipped off her worn shoes and dirty socks, letting her aching feet feel the cool of the grass. Her mind tried to fathom how man had attempted to contain the mighty Cumberland River in the confines of downtown Nashville, with elements constructed of wood, metal, and concrete. Despite that, the river still twisted along, lethargic line of dark cobalt through the city, shrouding the edges from view, disappearing under the bridges. Her bridge, the one she called home, only to reappear on the other side as if unchanged. She found her place under the bridge's shadow and wiggled into the crevice. It was where the dark of night met the water, where civilization met nature. The edge of her spot was jagged from natural erosion and the ebb and flow of the steady current of the dark water. Nestled into her sanctuary, hidden from sight by long grass, she let down her guard and closed her tired brown eyes. Instantly, her eyes flew open at the unusual way the grass whispered. That swish of blades was meant to sound like the wind, a melody lingering in the air, but she knew better. She'd heard it before. Under her bridge, shadows fell dank and dark, and life met death. Water pooled in nooks and crannies. Mosquitoes teemed, and a body was slipped slowly under the inky surface. The Cumberland Killer had struck again. Dun dun dun. That was the first chapter. Down by the riverside. Wow. Y'all didn't even finish. Wow. All right, let's move on to some Grand Prix. Wait. Yep. Laps. And just kind of picking. Okay, I think I got it. 16. Good. Hold on, Renato. Hold on. Hold your horses. Okay. Now you can do exclamation point play. That added secret ingredient in my drink is delightful. Okay, so chapter 1, we've been Stunt Mama. Chapter 1, we've been introduced to... I'm going to time you out. A lady living down by the river. But, it seems a body has... Thank you. A body has, shown up and what seems to be like our killer's trademark. Or at least that's what we're assuming. Chapter 2 is simply titled Ava Morgan. So here we go. Good luck on the race, everybody. Ava stood in the backyard beneath the towering maple tree, absorbing every detail of the moments as if it were the last. Today marked the beginning of a new chapter, an adventure that would shape her future in ways she could only begin to imagine. The sun had only just begun to peek over the horizon, casting a soft glow that kissed the earth. Birds flitted from branch to branch, their constant chatter piercing the morning air. The world felt alive and full of promise, and Ava was ready to step into it, leaving behind everything she had ever known. "You coming?" her mother called from the driveway. "I'll be right there," Ava answered, spotting a dandelion. Her voice dropped low so only she could hear. "After I make a wish." The weed, with its white, fluffy bloom, was simple and beautiful to her. The delicate globe of white was so tempting. She knew she could send the tiny seeds dancing in the wind with just one small breath. After all, she'd been wishing on dandelions as long as she could remember. It was one of the rare memories she had of her father, his large, strong hand enveloping hers, his voice steady as he urged her to make a wish. If only she'd known about the cancer, she'd have wished that away too. She plucked the stem and delicately pinched it between her thumb and forefinger and tucked the memory safely back in her heart. She scrunched her eyes closed, held her breath, and made her wish. With one large exhale, she sent a myriad of miniature parachutes dancing on the wind, dispersing through the warm air. Caught in the late spring breeze, they rose, spreading on an updraft, carrying her wish away. Seeing those seeds scattered gave Ava a sense of contentment, hope, and determination to make that wish, a wish she had wished 1,000 times before, come true. When she could no longer see any seedlings, she rounded the corner of the house and found her mother standing by her car, scrolling through her cell. Kelly held out the phone for Ava to see. "Here's another article about the Cumberland killer." The words in big, bold letters jumped off the screen at her. "Nashville residents shaken as the body count climbs." Ava glanced at it, but only shook her head. "I don't know, Ava. Maybe you should rethink this whole thing," Kelly said as her voice cracked and her face was drawn tight with worry. "Mom," Ava snapped, her patience gone. "Please don't start. The cars are packed. I've signed a lease. I'm going." Kelly's voice dropped. "There's 3 bodies now, Ava." Ava stiffened, the weight of her mother's words pressing on her. She was well aware. She'd been watching the news herself, but pushed it aside. She wanted this opportunity so badly. Just like Renato wanted to win the race so badly. And you did. Congratulations. You won the first one. But be warned, there are 15 more to go. That is tasty. All right, race number 2 starts in 60 seconds. Good luck. She pulled out her keys and connected her cell to the car. As she punched in the address, she glanced over her shoulder. Come on, Mom. It'll be fine. Ava could see Kelly purse her lips together, the tension in her face unmistakable as she fought the urge to speak. Ava didn't flinch. She held her ground, started the car, and silently willed her mother to get in her vehicle. To her surprise, Kelly did. Before she knew it, they were out on the interstate, the horizon unfolding before her. The sun was rising quickly now, painting the sky in vibrant hues of orange and pink as they cruised southeast toward Tennessee. This wasn't just any road trip. It was a chance to turn her wishes into reality and her passion into opportunity. Her friend Molly had paved the way for this adventure, moving to Nashville a few weeks prior to work for Cognac Creek. Like Molly, Ava had secured her place in the heart of it all. Excited, Ava could already picture songwriting sessions, open mics, and recording studios. As Ava drove, she glanced at the address from the roommate wanted ad Molly had texted. It was a lifesaver. A furnished apartment, a non-smoking female with no pets, and a price that fit her budget. After texting the number on the ad, Ava had crossed her fingers and was relieved to get an immediate reply. They had quickly set up a call, and to her surprise, they clicked. The conversation was brief, but enough to sort out the details. With hours stretching ahead, Ava wasn't quite ready for her audiobook. Instead, she decided it was the perfect time to catch up on video messages from her friends, which she hadn't had time for the past few weeks. One hand on the steering wheel, Ava adjusted her phone with the other, and the familiar app lit up with notifications. She is watching videos while driving. Girl, I do not have to tell you how unsafe that is. Tut, tut, tut. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Shame. Her eyes trained on the road in front of her. She hit record, her voice lit with excitement. Hey, ladies. I decided to do it. I'm on my way to Nashville. I landed a job at Cognac Creek, too. Just imagining that's what she did. For her, Cognac Creek was an undeniable opportunity. Though her primary job there would be waiting tables, something she'd done throughout college, it didn't bother her. The venue was known for promoting local talent and offering stage time to those who paid their dues. It was a hot spot that combined a fiery country vibe, passionate music, and mouth-watering food. It was the perfect mix of unforgettable experiences and a spotlight for rising talent. Ava couldn't be more excited to do just that. I didn't want to tell you guys if I couldn't make all the logistics work, but thanks to Molly helping me work out some important details, like finding a great apartment, which happened to be available immediately, I'm on my way. And before you ask, yes, I caved and let my mother tag along too. As soon as the words left her mouth, she couldn't help but laugh at herself. Having her mother with her was a source of contention, something Ava had vented about more than once to her friends. Does she not realize her mother is sitting right there? Psh, child. Her mother was over the moon when Ava got the chance to move to Nashville, but she wasn't pleased when the details came out, when she learned she'd spend the summer waiting tables instead of using her degree. To add to it, oh, she's in a separate car. Okay, that makes way more sense considering what she just said. Good deal. Thank you. To add to it, Nashville had been in the world's news lately with a string of unsolved murders rocking the city. Needless to say, her excitement quickly turned to concern. Night Marcher. Good evening, sir. Oh my god, you guys let me win the race. What are you doing? What's the shirt say? This dad is low-key fire. No cap. That means I'm awesome, and it's not a lie. I think that's what it says. I don't actually know. My son picked it out for me, if you would believe it. So he would know. Yep. And then there's a dog. Can I pet that dog? 60 seconds on the almighty doomsday clock of marbles. Good luck. The tension simmered between them. Every conversation felt like a tug of war, just like this morning. It wasn't until Ava had finally softened, trying to appease her mother. What if it was temporary? How temporary? Her mother had asked. Thinking of the job she already had as the high school music teacher for the coming fall, she said, like 3 months. That will give me the summer. Will you come with me? Help me move in? I want you to see where I'll be living and working. See for yourself that it's safe and that I'll be okay. With that, they reached an uneasy understanding. As she finished her message, a smile tugged at her lips as she thought of her friends watching it later. She settled back into her seat, touched a blinking icon, ready to listen to her friend's messages. Molly was the most recent post. Ava pressed play and glanced at the screen, seeing it light up, revealing Molly's familiar smile. Her wild, dark brown hair was a little messy, falling into her eyes, and she absent-mindedly pushed it back. Behind Molly, Nashville's vibrant streets hummed with energy. Ava turned her attention back to the road, ready to listen. Hey, gang. Greetings from Nashville. I met a guy at this great place on Broadway. She blurted out. I can't believe I just said that out loud. Forget I said that. I've only been here a couple of days. I don't want to jinx it. Molly's voice bubbled with enthusiasm, instantly warming Ava's heart. I started my job on Monday at Cognac Creek. It's a great place. Hey, that's my home, Nashville. Well, you're in the right place then, sir. Welcome, you know. Come on in. Ava, you just have to come. I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to call, but between work and this new guy... She blushed red. Convince your mom or I will. You're gonna love it. The vibe is incredible and there's so many places to play. You have to check out this little coffee shop on Music Row. Ava could practically feel Molly's excitement radiating through the speakers. She couldn't help but smile, imagining them exploring the city together. With Molly's energy and words lingering, Ava watched the open road stretching, endless possibilities waiting. She took a deep breath, feeling the thrill of the unknown wash over her. Nashville was calling, and she was ready to answer. And that concludes chapter 2, y'all. How about that? We have so many streamers in here right now. It is difficult to say it all in 60 seconds. But I'm going to try my best. We've got Night Marcher, Stunt Mama, Red Thorn, Mama House Gaming, Super SB, aka one of the three from After Hours Broalition. I think I got everybody. Unless I missed somebody. Did I miss somebody? Did I? Scrolling. No, I think I got it. So yes, so many people that I want you to follow them all if you're not already. Because they all do different things, which is the cool part. It always amazes me on Twitch, even though like it's for the majority a gaming platform, right, for streams, yet there are so many individuals within it. Like, yeah, I could put an umbrella and put 10,000 people under it and say that's the gaming umbrella, or however many people there's supposed to be. But every single person is unique. Everyone has their own quirks, their own funnies, their own moments. And that's what I love about it. It's amazing. And special shout out to Stunt Mama. She is pushing for a Twitch partner, and she is this close. This freaking close. So if you haven't joined any of her streams lately, I recommend you do so. A, because she's funny and messes up words sometimes, only sometimes. Because, you know, words are hard. But, yeah, she's just a hoot. So, click everybody's names. If you don't see the heart filled in, make sure it is. All right. Before I continue on with the next chapter, I do have 14 more spins of the Wheel of Gains to do. So let's take care of that. Or at least one or two of them.
Regular curls x5.
Okay, regular curls times 5.
Weighted squats x5.
Weighted squats times 5. Okay. We can do that. Let's knock 2 off so I don't forget. So curls and squats. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. What's the weight on the squats? 2 20-pound free weights. I own 25s somewhere. I think they're in the storage room. But 20 seems like a good fit for me right now. I can get away with doing a few without, getting out of breath. But I can also ramp it up enough to get in a good burn without kicking my butt. We all notice how Stunt doesn't do weighted squats. We do notice. We do. But considering how often they get redeemed, I don't blame her at the same time. Granted, she could change how the redeem happens and then make them weighted. Just saying. All right. Let's read another chapter. Ads are going to be in like 15 minutes, so we'll read another chapter, then I'll run ads just to get them out of the way. That's what I like about Mel's writing style. A lot of the chapters aren't 20 pages long, so they're nice bite-sized chapters. Agreed, mine are higher point cost. Red Thorn winning the race. Okay, here comes the Lakeshore Raceway. You'll never guess why it's called Lakeshore. Because I'm sure there's a lake. 60 seconds on the clock. Chapter 3 is called Detective Wyatt Lockhart. That's right. Bodies. There were always dead bodies floating in his river, the Cumberland River, which he'd grown up on, fishing, swimming, and skinny dipping in. Now, though, he was doing an entirely different kind of fishing. Disgusted Detective Sergeant Wyatt Lockhart ran a sturdy hand over his polished, bald head, bronzed to perfection from the Tennessee sun. I was going to say that almost sounds like you, Red Thorn, but then the word bronzed came in. And, sorry, buddy. I mean, I believe me, I get it. I'm not tan at all. Quite tanless, actually. Tucking both hands into the front pockets of his Levi's, he tried to relax. The sleeves of his once crisp white shirt were rolled up to his elbows, and the taut muscles in his forearms twitched with anticipation. The shirt stuck slightly to his skin as sweat beaded and dripped down his back, his body's attempt to keep him cool in the oppressive Tennessee heat. Tall and brooding, his shadow fell across the long, damp grass as he waited for the body to be extracted from the murky edge of the river. Concealed behind mirrored sunglasses, his dark eyes scanned the bank. Instinctively, he knew they wouldn't find anything here. The deceased most likely had entered upriver. The question was how far up, and how long the body had been submerged in the water. Wyatt scrubbed his hands over his face. This was the fourth body pulled from the river in less than 6 months. It was like clockwork. Every 6 weeks, one surfaced in approximately the same vicinity along the bank of the Cumberland. This trek of the river was shallow, and the bend tighter, which tended to collect more debris and more bodies. The uptick in random homicides had him concerned, very concerned. After the second victim had been pulled from the river, the media had already dubbed the murderer as the Cumberland Killer. He could only imagine what the headlines would be tomorrow when the word got out that there was another body. He walked over as they laid the corpse on the ground, noticing the supervising field training officer, FTO Darren Ransick, standing nearby, flirting with one of the young, very pretty techs on the scene. Wyatt acknowledged him with a jerk of his head. "What do we have?" Looks to be a Caucasian woman in her early 20s, Ransick responded. "Probably another new transplant. The city's being overrun by thousands daily." Wyatt stepped closer, squatted, and noted the pruning of her hands, the bloated body, abrasions of her exposed appendages, and the blush tint of her skin marked by the dark lividity of pooling at her extremities. Her once blonde hair was tangled and matted with debris. He slipped on a glove and carefully picked up her left hand, turning it slightly to see her palm, preparing himself for the inevitable. The faded black number and marker jumped out at him like a scarlet letter. branded with the number 4, Wyatt knew without a doubt she was his 4th victim. The real question was, how many did the Cumberland killer intend to have? His nose wrinkled ever so slightly as he shook his head in disgust. Let's get her bagged and out of here before the 95-degree heat and the merciless sun beating down on us does anything to move along the post-mortem. Yes, sir, the young technician said. Detective Lockhart barked orders to the nearby forensic team. I want the temperature of the water taken and the rate it's moving. Rancic signaled a couple of men. Once we have an idea how long the deceased has been dead, we can backtrack and trace her path along the river. See if we can pinpoint where she went in. Any ideas on how this woman died? Rancic asked, shifting from one foot to the other on the rocky ground, waiting. Rancic was like a 2-year-old, Wyatt thought, always underfoot and asking questions. He ignored him. When Wyatt remained silent, Rancic offered up a suggestion. Looks to me about the same age group as the others. Pretty young, Caucasian. On the surface, there doesn't seem to be any trauma. Blueberry Bean, hello. How y'all doing? You mean except for the fact that she's dead? Or the rope burns around her wrists and ankles? I'd say that was some serious trauma. Wyatt responded gruffly. He cursed under his breath. The FTO was a decade younger than him and did sloppy work, always taking shortcuts. Wyatt didn't deal well with incompetence. Yet somehow, Officer Rancic always seemed to skate by in his good looks and southern charm. Wyatt shook himself inwardly. He didn't want to get sucked down into that rabbit hole again. He cleared his throat. I don't want to jump to any conclusions just yet. Collect the evidence per basic procedure. Follow the book. No cutting corners. Wyatt ticked off items. Get the body to the coroner's office for the autopsy report. Have the water temperature and velocity measured ASAP. Then we'll talk. Wyatt saw Rancic's jaw clench. What's the problem, Detective? Rancic asked in a derogatory tone. Can't we even speculate? Or are you too worried about your reputation to make an educated guess? I'd even go so far as taking bets that the deceased has the same MO as the other women. Wyatt knew that Rancic was trying to get under his skin. As the number of bodies being pulled from the Cumberland River increased, so did the pressure from the higher up and below. He'd heard through the grapevine that Rancic was after his job. 6 months. Every 6 weeks, 3 bodies. No, 4, he corrected as he witnessed the team slowly zipping up the black body bag. He tried to keep himself detached as he watched the long, dirty hair get tucked in so it wouldn't get caught in the zipper. 4 bodies, he repeated. In his gut, he knew she was like the others. He didn't need it officially confirmed. The number written on her palm had been enough. He assumed what the autopsy would find. Drowned. Excessive sleeping pills in her system. If he was a betting man, which he wasn't, he'd take that bet. 4 women, 4 drownings, and they were no closer to finding the killer. No closer to solving the case.
I'm lurking now.
Thank you for the lurk, Alan and Bill the Duck. His blood pressure spiked. Wyatt turned on his heel, disgusted. What a waste. Don't speculate. Don't make wagers. Just do your damn job. And, Wyatt looked directly at Rancic, it's sergeant to you. Wyatt climbed the bank of the river back toward his car, still within earshot. He swore he heard, "Not for long." That concludes Chapter 3. Redthorn, congratulations on winning the race. By Scott, I believe you've done it. Wahoo! Puppy is sleeping. All is well. Blueberry, how are you this evening? Hope things are well. So what do we think to the story so far? I like it. It's got a nice, steady flow to it. We're getting little pieces of the Tennessee puzzle, if you will. Piece by piece coming together. So far, so good. I'm intrigued. Excellent. Are you intrigued enough to click this link? Okay. Ads are going to start in about 3 to 4 minutes, so I'm just going to run them now. And while they're running, I'll spin the wheel and do some more workouts, and then we'll get back into reading. So if you see ads, I'm sorry. I just want to get them out of the way, but we'll be back soon. Okay. Let's do it.
Regular curls x10.
Regular curls times 10.
Weighted squats x5.
Okay. So, more weighted squats and 10 regular curls. We can do that. Nailed it. All right. And just in time for the ads to be finished. On Thursday, we'll be doing ATS, American Truck Sim. Haven't done that in a little while, so that'll be fun. Probably going to start that at around 5 Central, so an hour before we started tonight. So, Chapter 4 is titled Owen Lane. If you remember the back cover, Owen Lane is this upcoming country artist that Ava gets to meet Without further ado, Chapter 4. The hot southern sun rained down on them as they carried their equipment along the baked concrete of Broadway and downtown Nashville. Owen Lane switched his guitar to his left hand to adjust his backpack, maneuvering himself, his equipment, and the dog, weaving in and out of the crowd of tourists heading to his evening gig. The vibrant streets buzzed with energy, the air thick with the sweet scent of fried chicken and the distant twang of a fiddle drifting out from a nearby honky-tonk. Oh yeah. Neon signs flickered overhead, beckoning pedestrians to stifle a yawn. No, just kidding. Beckoning pedestrians to step inside for a taste of live music and cold drinks. Tourists snap photos in front of iconic venues like the Ryman Auditorium, Tootsie's, and Old Red. As Owen navigated the crowd, he caught snippets of conversations, laughter, and the occasional off-key singing, each note a reminder of the city's heartbeat. The buildings cast long shadows as the sun dipped closer to the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. He could feel the excitement building. Tonight, the stage awaited, and he was ready to perform. He was eager to immerse himself in the heart of Nashville's vibrant music scene, hoping to forget his troubles. Toby Rochard, his drummer, walked several steps ahead, releasing a low whistle as he turned his head to watch a bachelorette party parade by. Oh, sorry, Stunt. Just couldn't help but beat you on that one. My apologies. Except not really. But if it helps you feel better, my apologies. Just couldn't help myself. All right, folks. Race number 6. 60 seconds on the clock. Good luck. The women were dressed in tight, matching... MX, thank you for the follow. Hey, mate, I really love your stream and enjoy being part of your fan community. Would you mind adding me on Discord? My username is TommySin053. I mean, maybe. It's kind of odd to pop in real quick for the first time and just ask me to add you. You know, bit suspicious. Hey, Stunt Papa. Yes, super. Straight fire. No cap. Lurking while you do some homework? Good idea. You're a little late on the play, though, but maybe next time. Next time. Do your homework. Right. Women. Tight shirts. The women were dressed in tight, matching pink t-shirts. The smell of sweet perfume and tequila clung to their skin, drifting toward them as they passed. I think I'm in love, he said, clutching his chest as a pretty redhead returned his smile. You're always in love, Owen said, weaving to avoid a cameo in the tourist selfie. Of course I am. What's not to love about love? And women. Toby winked at a different woman coming toward him. When she blushed, he tipped his black Stetson in her direction. The two of them and the dog paused at the corner of 3rd and Broadway and waited for the light. The problem with you is you'll fall for anything with pretty eyes and a smile, Owen grumbled. I'm sorry that I'm not cynical like you. Toby jerked a thumb at him. He glanced down at the German shepherd that trotted alongside Owen. Even Gunner's more upbeat than you. And that's saying something. Although Stella won't be happy. You brought him again. You know I can't leave him home alone. He goes crazy by himself, Owen said as if Toby needed reminding. He tightened his grip on the leather strap of the dog's tactical vest as they maneuvered around the homeless in the middle of the sidewalk, holding up their signs, eager to attract attention. That's an understatement, Toby continued without missing a beat. The damage he did to us that last crate, bent the metal like he was Superman. He chewed up the cushions on our sofa and the woodwork by the front door. I know. Can't afford to leave him home. Too much collateral damage. And my mother isn't an option tonight. Well, if we get booted from this gig because of him, I'm gonna... Toby's voice trailed off. Owen stopped abruptly in the middle of the sidewalk and faced his friend. You're gonna what? Nothing. Toby backtracked, his southern drawl evident in that one word. Owen knew Toby was all talk when it came to the dog. We just can't afford to lose this gig. We've worked too hard. We're not going to lose it. Stella won't even know he's there. Owen glanced down at the animal in question. Will she? The German shepherd cocked his head and stared back, focused on Owen with those soulful brown eyes, the pain of loss shining out of them like a haunting echo that refused to fade. Owen swallowed hard. He could only imagine what those eyes had seen, what the dog had been through. The loss was so significant, the price so high. Owen felt it too, all the way down to his core. It'll be fine, he said, not only to reassure Toby, but himself. They ducked into the alley at the rear of the building and opened the back door. Country twang poured out, along with the smell of barbecue, burgers, and beer. Ah, now that's a smell like home, Toby said, breathing deeply. No sooner had they walked through the door than the bar manager greeted them. Thank God you're here, Stella Doyle said with a sigh of relief. Well, that's a nice greeting, Toby chuckled. I always knew we were your favorite band. Today you are, Stella agreed. Since when are you this happy to see us? Owen questioned. I thought you didn't have favorites. Since about 20 minutes ago, and I haven't. Stella smoothed her white button-down shirt and neatly tucked in its tail into her 501s. What are 501s? Her brown leather boots clicked against the hardwood floor as she took a few steps closer. She cut straight to it. A jean? Thank you. My main act canceled. I'm bumping you to the rooftop tonight. Think you can handle it? The rooftop? Toby questioned with an edge of awe in his voice. Of course we can. Owen nodded, accepting the challenge. Good. Wait, what's he doing here? Stella frowned, a deep crease forming between her eyes, pointing at the dog. I thought we agreed you should leave him at home. Southern girl comes through for the win. I knew I could count on you for something. Thank you. Whose ball are we waiting on? This is embarrassing, Stunt. We're just going to leave that right there. Owen and Toby exchanged a worried glance. You're right. We did, Owen agreed, to try to deflect. But Stella, have a heart. Toby draped a friendly arm over the manager's shoulders. He's still grieving the loss of Owen's brother. He can't stand to be home alone. He won't be any trouble, we swear. You can't ask for a better trained dog, he soothed. My ball would be stuck. Must be because I have the least experience with them. You know, Stump Papa can hear this, right? That is so awkward. Ah, so many comments right now. So many. I mean, you have 2 kids. "60 seconds on the clock." Stella sighed heavily. That hurts me on a personal level, as it should. Suddenly, she looked her full 53 years. The small crow's feet at her eyes and the lines etched around her mouth seemed more prominent than a moment ago. She yanked the elastic band from her jet black hair, ran her fingers through it, refastened it, and smoothed the ponytail. "Fine. I need you guys in the worst way tonight, so he can stay." "Thanks, Stella. It won't be any trouble," Owen promised. "If he so much looks at a customer sideways, he's out. I will personally drag him to the basement and lock him in the storage closet. And you will be permanently behind the bar instead of on the stage. Do you understand?" "Yep." Owen put his palm on the dog's head. "He'll behave, I promise." He prayed he could keep that promise. "All right, go. Off to the 3rd floor with you. I'll send the rest of the band up as they arrive. 20 minutes to sound check, 30 to showtime." Woo! Owen's on the big stage tonight. Pow. This drink is really good. I was just gonna get straight up cans of just pineapple, but the pineapple mixed with the orange, it's pretty good. I didn't have any grenadine, so I wanted to add a little extra flavor in there. Sure glad I did. I had the same kind of drink when we went to the video game symphony orchestra on Saturday night, which was pretty good, by the way. Although I have to tell you, there were definitely some moments where I was like, it could have been better. And what I mean by that is, they had some really good video game music, but the video game footage was all really old. Like, Fubar, thank you for the lurk. They had no footage of the same kind of games in modern day. They opened with Metal Gear Solid, which was probably one of the best, but they also played at the very end Halo, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be the perfect, video game soundtrack to end the night on. But they didn't really do it justice at all, which was a real bummer. Plus, all of the video game footage was from like the beginning of Halo. There was nothing that progressed it into the future. So I was a little let down by that. They did do some music from The Last of Us, but the music was phenomenal. but the video footage was like, it kind of made you like go, huh? That's what you're gonna choose out of all the footage you could possibly get. That's what you're choosing. So overall, it was good, and I'm glad we went. It was a good time, but definitely could have seen some improvements from the video footage. The music was phenomenal, and the choir, like, the choir was amazing. Nailed it. But yeah, could have been a little better. Anyway, you will have guessed, but after chapter 4 comes chapter 5, which is what we're on now. Chapter 5 is Ava Morgan. So we're going back to Ava, who is on her way to Tennessee. That's right, Tennessee. I've been to Nashville before. I really like it. I've been there a few times, actually. All for either work purposes or I did go once when I was actually playing drums in a band, and we played in Nashville. So that was kind of fun. But yeah. Anywho, moving on. Ava Morgan. Sweat ran down Ava's back and pooled at the top of her cut-off jeans as the hot Tennessee air curled around her. She lugged the last box up the stairs with her guitar strapped over her shoulder, bouncing off her back as she took the steps to her second-story apartment. She used her elbow to open the door, slipped in, and pushed it shut with her foot. "This is the last one," she called out to her mother as she placed the box on the kitchen counter and shrugged off her guitar. "It's about time," her mother said, emerging from the bedroom on the right. "I don't think we brought much, but going up 2 flights of stairs made me second-guess what we did bring and if you need it all." "Oh, thank goodness the place was furnished," Ava said as she flopped on the leather couch. "I don't know what we would have done if we had to drag a dresser and a mattress up those stairs. They are steep." "Oh, you're not kidding." Kelly sank onto the sofa next to her daughter and leaned back. "That's bonus points for Molly. She was thinking when she found this place." From what Molly said, not many places have become available in this area at this price. "It was a good find," Kelly agreed. The gentle strum of a country song from Ava's playlist drifted from her phone, filling the air with a warm, inviting melody. The music wrapped around Ava like a comforting embrace, making her feel like she was already at home in her new apartment. Or in the apartment. Oh dear, I seem to have won another race. What a shame. More points for me. Good luck. "What are you thinking?" Ava asked her mother, wanting her to feel the same level of comfort in the new environment as she already did. "Allie. Hello. How are you?" Kelly furrowed her brow. "This is an amazing opportunity. I'm sad knowing you'll be over 10 hours away, but I'm also genuinely thrilled that you're excited to start this new adventure." She took a deep breath, gently placing her hand on the side of Ava's face. "Ow." Scared the crap out of me. "Rexter, thank you. Appreciate it." Should I stop? Yeah. Yep, that would be good. Please don't hurt me. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I've told you before. I see you. I see. How many times did you do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I stopped. Okay. Thank you, Rexter, for that. Rexter, everybody. How could I possibly be upset with you getting this chance? You've earned it. After everything you've put into your dreams these past years, you deserve every opportunity that comes your way. And if it doesn't work out for some reason, she shrugged, or you don't like it, you have a great job to return to in the fall. Ava felt a faint blush creep onto her cheeks. She had accepted the teaching position for the coming fall, but let's face it, playing and singing music in Nashville is what she wanted to do. This was once in a lifetime. You know that Stunt Mama doesn't have fingers to say hi? Wow. That's, wow. I'm just gonna read the book. Yep. So what if it was all hinged on a waitressing job at Cognac Creek? There was potential to make good money over the summer and have access to the stage. It was a rare chance to pursue her dreams and still have a safety net to fall back on. At least, that's what she let her mother believe. Now that she was here, Ava had no intention of leaving. Since the car is unpacked, we should get something to eat, Kelly said, breaking into Ava's thoughts. I'm starving. Yeah, me too. We could grab some fast food, or do you want to sit down somewhere? Ava perked up at the thought. I would love to go downtown Nashville to Broadway, she suggested, her eyes lighting up with excitement. She imagined the two of them strolling along the bustling streets, taking in the sights and sounds of the honky-tonks, stopping to listen to the local band, and maybe scoping out places to play. That sounds fun, Kelly agreed, her enthusiasm matching Ava's. Your roommate won't come home till tomorrow, correct? Yeah, that's right. What's her name again? Cara McKay. Right. Kelly reached for her purse. And Molly? I haven't been able to reach Molly by phone or text. I'm sure she's busy. I'll catch up with her after you leave. Or did a killer catch up to her and make her go for a swim? Kelly nodded. Do you have a specific place in mind to eat, or want to decide once we're downtown? If you don't care, I'd like to go to Cognac Creek, get a feel for it before I start work on Monday. They have 5-star burgers and the best live bands with rooftop seating, she suggested, already picturing the view of the skyline. And maybe Molly will be there working. Oh, it would be great to see Molly, Kelly smiled. Burgers, music, and a view of the city. Sounds like a good combination to me. Kelly stood still for a moment and let her gaze drift over Ava. What? She questioned. Kelly shrugged. I just wish your dad could have seen this. How talented you are. How confident and beautiful you've become. She sniffed. He would be so proud of you if he were still alive. Ava leaned in and gave her mother a hug. Thanks, Mom. Kelly wiped a tear. He's missed so much. I believe he's seen it all. And that was a very touching end to chapter 5. Yay, I won. Woo. You just noticed the little woof woof? Yes, that's Petra. She's 5 months old. She's a mini Aussie. And she's adorable. You like me as much as I like Stump Papa after you deleted his intro this morning? Wow. She is a handful, but she's adorable. Yes, thank you. Good job, girl. Look over here. Yeah. See you later. Bye. Oh, she's a sweetie. Verda. Hello. Oh, you just missed the puppy. You just missed the puppy. Hi, Verda. Well done, puzzlers. Verda, thank you so much for the raid. How are you? What were you getting up to?
I got a boo-boo belly. What, doctor? You have
Johnny. Hey, Johnny.
worms.
Johnny, how you doing? Bridgie May, thank you so much for the follow. How are you? Can we get a nice big shout out for Verda, please? I do very much enjoy hanging out in Verda streams when I get the opportunity. You came in at a good time. We're doing some marble races. We're starting out on a brand new book tonight. It's amazing. We're just about to get into chapter 6. How are we doing on... Okay, we're good. We still got like 31 minutes before ads. Doing good. How are you? I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Verda, what were you doing tonight? Were you reading? Were you playing a game? What were you doing? Give me all the deets while I get the next race ready. The bracket. Oh, that was a good neck pop. All right, 60 seconds on the clock if you want to join the race. Exclamation point play. Okay, back to lurk for a bit. Need to handle stuff. What kind of stuff are you handling, sir? Actually, don't type it. TOS. Yes. Anyway, thank you so much for coming in. For those of you that don't know me, I'm primarily a reading streamer. On Thursdays, we also do a little gaming. But yeah, Sundays and Tuesdays, we read books. And like I said, we just started a new one, Tennessee Wishes. So far, so good. Very much enjoying it. Doing well. How are you? Sorry, I had a bit of a delay. My computer started being weird. Oh, we played some Dead by Daylight. Nice. Okay, good. Were you killer or survivor / mechanic? Just out of curiosity. I've never played DBD. I've seen a lot of, people playing it. I wasn't even sure it was still a game that people were actually getting into, to be honest. I haven't heard much about it. You played as your boy Steve. Steve, what up? Steve. Excellent. Well, I hope you had fun. I hope you did all the survivings. Bookish Alexis, thank you for the follow. They're doing a Five Nights at Freddy's collab soon, so trying to get back into it. Okay. Excellent. I just started playing a little bit again, and it's been fun playing a bit of DBD. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's coming back, because I know a lot of people have enjoyed it, but I also remember it being kind of sweaty, So, I hope people remember it's a game, all right? It's not taxes. It's not your job. It's a game. So, I hope you have fun. That's all I'll say. I've never played it myself, but I enjoy watching it from time to time when other people play. Very sweaty. Got overwhelming to me with all the chapters they've added. It is sweaty, but it's also about how you play, I think. As long as you don't take it too seriously, it's fun. You missed entry? Don't worry, we're on race 9 of 16. There's going to be more. All right. On that note, let's get back to the book, shall we? We're starting chapter 6. This is Owen Lane. That's the title of this chapter, or who we're focusing on. So yeah, welcome in. If you have to raid and run, totally understand, but if you're sticking around, thank you so much. I'm going to read a story to you. ! Wishes will give you a link to this book, a little bit about what it is, and also access to the author page of Melissa Roos, who is in chat with us tonight, listening in. So, welcome, and here we go. Owen glanced at the dog lying at his feet as the first set ended. The German shepherd sprawled across the stage, his head on his front paws, unmoving. Only his eyes flicked from side to side every once in a while. Vommy mommy. Owen knew the stimulation of the people, lights, and loud music was a lot, even for a police-trained German shepherd, but so far he'd been well behaved. Owen didn't want to push his luck, though. The dog needed a break. He signaled to the band as the last chord faded on the set. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a 10-minute break. He made the announcement and then turned off the mic. He mouthed, taking the dog for a walk, to Toby, then bent down and took his leash. The German shepherd stretched and looked at him. If dogs could look humiliated, that's how he looked at that moment. They both knew he didn't need a leash. He wouldn't run. He wouldn't wander. He didn't need to be restrained. Owen was under no delusion that he would be able to stop. He would be able to stop the dog with physical restraint if he did decide to take off. The leash and the tactical vest were for the people around them. The pure pretense that Owen had control. It made strangers, people around them, feel more at ease to see a dog like Gunner on a leash. Owen lifted the leather strap and shrugged. I don't like it any more than you do, buddy. The German shepherd blinked at him with indifference as if to say, You're not my buddy, not even close. But obediently waited for the command to jump off the stage. Let's get you outside, Owen said to the dog. Once down, the two of them maneuvered their way through the crowd and headed for the service elevator. Owen stopped to autograph a napkin and take a photo with yet another bachelorette party, but managed to move on quickly, wanting to get the dog outside. Stella was waiting for him by the elevators with a bottle of water. "Great set," she said, handing it to him. "Thanks. Got 2 more in you?" "We do. I'll keep it up, and you just might be my favorite band every weekend." Stella glanced down at the dog. "Think he will behave that long?" "Just like Redthorn trying to win races and behave himself? I don't know. Thank you for the lurk, Verda. Appreciate you." All right, 60 seconds, y'all. Behave as if. I know that's the truth. No cap. Y'all hear? Owen bristled. "It was one time, Stella. Right after. That was months ago." He scowled at her. "When are you gonna let that go?" "One too many, if you ask me. And maybe never." Good to know you don't hold a grudge. "I'm gonna take him out." "You do that." Without saying anything else, she pushed the elevator button and the doors parted for them. Owen stewed on the way down. He didn't bother looking at Gunnar. "You knocked down one person by accident who was already so wasted and acting sporadically, catcalling and swinging at women with fists and starts of rage. He could barely stay on his own 2 feet. How quickly she forgets that we squelched that situation before it could escalate." Getting the kids to bed? Good dad. He huffed and fell silent as the elevator dinged and the door glided open. On the main level, Owen shoved hastily through the metal service door, and they emerged into a crowd of people. He was elated at Stella's comment about them becoming the main band, but knew better than to get his hopes up. In this town, nothing was a sure thing. One false move, and he could be stuck behind the bar permanently. He didn't even want to think about it. The streets were teeming with tourists, and his already furrowed brow deepened. This wasn't the relief he sought or the space Gunnar needed. Let's go around to the alley." Owen turned hastily, saw a blur of green, and ran smack into a woman. "Son of a... Watch where you're going," he spewed gruffly. "Excuse me?" a female voice questioned. "You?" She jabbed a finger in his chest, drilling into Owen, pushing him back slightly. "Ran into me." His vision cleared. He focused on her face, and the smart-ass comment he wanted to say instantly died on his lips. He stammered. The aggravation he had felt from the collision drained from him. His brain took a 180. "You're right, I did." She scrunched her eyebrows, looking like she was ready to argue. "Is that a trick? By agreeing with me, you're just going to walk away unscathed? Oblivious to the venom you were about to spout off to a total stranger?" He couldn't help but smile. She was cute, not in the made-up way that girls post on social media with various filters to gain more followers or likes. No, this was natural. This was all natural. Her hazel eyes, encircled by dark lashes, glimmered against her soft, honeyed skin. Dark cocoa brown hair, streaked with copper and gold highlights, framed her captivating oval face. And that voice was like liquid gold despite the edge to it. He was immediately charmed. A small, insidious feeling settled in the pit of his stomach, a sharp pang. At the same time, something inside him, something solid, fractured deep within the wall he'd painstakingly built around his heart. For a moment, his guard faltered, slipping just a fraction. But instinct kicked in, and with a cold, deliberate motion, he rebuilt it, slamming another brick into place in his invisible fortress, higher and stronger than before. Simmer down. He scanned her, looking for something, anything to latch onto. He needed a sarcastic comment or a good retort to even the playing field. He wasn't used to being caught off guard. That's when he noticed the pendant on her necklace. I-State? He questions. What are you from? Idaho or something? Idaho? She cocked her head. Why would you think that? He pointed at her chain. Big I, little state. Bookfather wins. Got more points on his plate. That's right, I rhymed. You're welcome. "60 seconds. Good luck." Oh. Instinctively, your hand went to her necklace and fingered the pendant. The I is for Iowa. To be honest, Don Papa, I also missed it, but I think it was me. Right, the land of Lincoln. That's Illinois. She corrected him with a roll of her eyes. My bad. Iowa. You grow potatoes. He could see her bristle and inwardly congratulated himself. Better. That's Idaho. Try cracking a book sometime. She looked down at the dog. He's beautiful. May I? Be careful. He doesn't usually like strangers, especially ones that go around poking people. Funny, she said dryly. Go slow. He doesn't usually like strangers. You already said that. Did I? He questioned. He had. She had him slightly rattled. He wasn't on his best game. Turning her attention to the German Shepherd, she reached out slowly. Well, hello, handsome. She all but purred. What are you doing hanging out with the likes of him? Ouch, you're mean, he said, trying to keep his mouth from twitching into a smile. If he was looking for a response from her, he wouldn't get one. She was too focused on the dog, and damn if he didn't want her attention too. He felt a brick in that protective wall crumble. The German Shepherd looked at her with those soulful eyes. She reached out and rubbed his head. He thumped his tail like a puppy. Owen stood baffled at the out-of-character reaction the dog was having to her. He wasn't a puppy or an average dog, for that matter, but he was acting like one. No, he was a full-fledged tactical dog. A broken one, a retired one, and Owen had never seen the German Shepherd look at anyone like that, not even his brother. A pang of loss shot through his gut. He securely reinforced the crumbling brick, lodging it in place. He cleared his throat. I'm sorry to cut this little love fest short, but we need to get back. That's fine. I'm waiting for someone anyway. She gave the dog a last rub and brushed her hands off on her jeans. Oh, there she is now. Mom, she called out. Over here. She stuck her arm in the air and waved. That was his cue. Later, Hawkeye. I don't need to win, I just need to beat my wife. Them there's fighting words. He gave the command, and they moved as a unit. They were rounding the corner of the building when he heard her call out. The Hawkeyes are the University of Iowa, not Iowa State. But they're still in Iowa, and the Hawkeyes are the best. Sorry, Mel. He didn't turn. He knew damn well Iowa State was the Cyclones. After all, he went to Kansas, and he was a Jayhawk. Watch it. I knew a reaction was going to come from that statement. But he didn't need her to know that he knew. Then again, why did it matter? He'd probably never see her again. She clearly wasn't a local. She was on Broadway on a Saturday night with her mother. She was most definitely a tourist. He let the dog off leash. "Free," he said with a flick of the wrist. The dog moved down the alley leisurely, stretching his legs and surveying his surroundings. The thought niggled at Owen as he watched him. Why did it matter that she'd gotten under his skin in such a short amount of time? Because it did. He'd felt something. He hadn't felt anything for months. Not since the officers had shown up shown up to inform him of his brother's death. His older brother, Dylan, his only brother. And he was left to care for his injured dog. He was numb. Hardly anything fazed him anymore or stirred him, except his music. And sometimes, that didn't even do it. He hadn't even registered the moment his girlfriend of 3 years burst into tears and ran from the room. The sound of the door slamming barely pierced through the haze of his thoughts. He'd been on autopilot, just going through the motions. But what came next shattered every illusion. She returned, eyes red, voice trembling, and told him the truth without hesitation. She wasn't in love with him, never had been. The secret she kept for so long, her heart had always belonged to Dylan. She'd explained that she told herself she could wait, that if she were patient enough, Dylan would notice her, or that maybe her singing career would take off and change everything. But the truth was undeniable. She said, Owen was already a wash-up. Wannabe country singer at 27. And he wasn't the one she loved. The joke was on her. Dylan would have never picked her over his younger brother. And the reason she couldn't make it in the music industry was because she always sang as if she were slightly drunk at a karaoke bar. Off-key and loud. He shook his head at the memory, the loss, and the irony that had freed him from her but stuck him with the dog. One leash for another. Mentally, he tried to shake it off, refusing to get sucked back into his funk. Thank God they still had 2 more sets to play. Music was the only thing that helped. The only thing that made him feel. Except her. The thought rang through his mind uncensored. His brow furrowed. It could have been a fluke that I won again. But it's not. I just have a really good ball. That's all there is to it. Join. Start clock. It could have been a fluke, he told himself, still feeling high from the set. Yeah, that was probably it. Guess he'd never know since the chance of seeing her again was slim to none. He signaled for the dog, ready to head back inside, when he noticed the older woman leaning against the brick wall. She wore baggy pants and an oversized gray t-shirt that swallowed her tall frame, a worn military-grade green backpack slung over her shoulders, with a fluorescent pink rabbit's foot dangling from the strap. Homeless echoed through his mind. Are you all right, ma'am? Owen asked. Her bronze face creased to a tiny frown, the years etched into it from weathering the elements. She glanced over her shoulders as if double-checking he was speaking to her. a gnarled finger extended. You talking to me? I am. You see me? Owen's lip twitched up into a small smile. Yes. Oh. She hesitated, then shot a suspicious glance around, her posture stiffening. I'm not used to people seeing me. Usually look right past. Well, I see you, and I'm asking. Are you all right? Just trying to stay cool. Dreadful hot today. She answered curtly as if the conversation was already over. Yes, it is. Owen signaled for the dog and realized he still had the bottle of water in his hand. Unlike the homeless that he usually walked by, who stared off into oblivion or wanted his money, she stayed back and seemed as if she had all her faculties. He noted she watched him under a reserved mask. Would you care for a bottle of water? He held it out to her. It's unopened. She hesitated. I ain't fixin' for a handout. It's not a handout. It's a friendly gesture, that's all. From one human to another. She reached out a tentative hand. If you're sure, she questioned. I am. He moved it closer to her. My name is Owen. Bless you, Owen, she said, softening, taking it from him. Immediately, she stepped back, twisted the top, and took a long drink, watching him over the bottle. She screwed the top back on and dried her mouth with the back of her hand. Name's Dorothea, but everyone calls me Dot. Well, nice to meet you, Dot. And likewise. With a tilt of her head, she gestured back toward the bustling street. Don't run into girls like that too often now, do you? Owen laughed. Oh, you saw that, huh? Had she been standing there the whole time? I did, she said knowingly. I guess not. He hooked a thumb over his shoulder. We need to be getting back in. Have a good night, Miss Dorothea. Without looking back, they disappeared inside, and Owen wondered what else the woman saw while she went unnoticed. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of chapter 6. Based on the length of chapter 7, we won't quite have time to get her done. So I think that's a nice casual moment to end on instead of the usual cliffhanger. So yeah. But I am very much enjoying this story so far. We're also going to change the laps to 2. That way, we don't spend all night waiting for balls to race around a track. Mel, you've got a nice story cooking so far. I'm really enjoying it. And I also love the bookmark as well. It's very nice. And I think, if I remember correctly, it looks like the guy holding the guitar is playing G7. If that's the correct chord. Pretty sure. You are quite welcome. I may be a drummer, but I have certainly picked up a guitar every now and again. I have definitely lost the callous feeling that you get on your tips of your fingers, though. Well, now the race is definitely rigged because I'm the only one in it. I'm going to set that right up there so it's nice and safe out of the way. But yeah, I'm intrigued as to where the story is going to go. I do have a feeling, and of course, don't say anything. I want the story to reveal itself in its time. But I have a feeling her friend Molly isn't going to be heard from again. My gut tells me that the body that was pulled from the river by the detective was in fact Molly, but we just don't know that for sure. I could be very wrong. Molly could just be busy. But, yeah, something tells me that it ain't gonna be good. All right, folks, we have 3 more races, including this one. $14, $15, $16. And while we're figuring that out, might be a good time to do some more workouts since I have the spins available. Do nothing. Haha. I do appreciate it when it lands on do nothing.
Streamer picks X5.
Okay, streamer picks. I'll spin it one more time, and then whatever it lands on, I'll add 5 to that.
Hammer curls X5.
Okay, so we'll do hammer curls times 10 instead. Boom. Nailed it. So now we're only down to 7. That's exciting. Ooh, is Red Thorn gonna win? Is he? Oh, I forgot. Red Thorn, you asked me a question earlier about DLCs for American Truck Sim. Let's see. You wanted to know what other stuff I had. Were you just curious on like special job DLC? Okay. All right, so I've got the farm machinery and JCB. That's the one I told you about. I've got special transport. Forest machinery. Heavy cargo pack. And that's it. Everything else is like cosmetic. The paperclip. Debating picking up so fewer jobs are limited. Well, and the DLC stuff is kind of cool. The heavy cargo stuff, like water towers and all that, the heavy machinery stuff, those you can't do in a convoy because it has the whole police escort thing. But I'm hoping that the farm machinery and the JCB equipment pack are just regular deliveries that don't require a police escort, because then we can do them. But if it's a police escort kind of thing, then it won't matter. Can't do it in a convoy anyway, which is kind of a bummer. I wish you could do convoys with police escorts. That would be fun. We could all have a police escort. But yeah, I don't know why it does that. I don't know. It's a bit odd. But yeah, those are the ones. Everything else is either for my DLCs, it's just other states or truck styles, paint jobs, stuff like that. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, and the farm machinery and the JCB, I just picked that up today. I have no idea what it looks like yet. I won't know until I open up the game again on Thursday. This drink is delicious. It's the perfect blend of pineapple orange juice with a secret ingredient. All right. The Saber, the final race. And while this race is happening, I will take a look to see who we're going to go raid to. Where's my browser window for that? Where'd you go? There you are. Who do we have on? Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for reading. Yeah, you too, Mel. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. We'll be back to reading your book on Sunday. So, yeah, should be a good time. Looking forward to getting back into it. Trying to see who's on. There's a lot of people on right now. A lot of people on right now. I thought Mama House Gaming was on, but that's a lie. She is not. It's a lie. It's all a lie. Let's see. Gosh. There's so many freaking people. So many. Oh boy. So many people to choose from. I know. I know. I haven't rated this wonderful chap in quite a while, so this will be good. That's weird. Oh, it's lap 2. I thought for a second there the numbers above our heads was like the position we're in, but it's not. It's the lap. I was like, we can't both be in second place. That doesn't work. I got confuzzled. Are you gonna take this one down, Red? It looks like it. The finish line is right there. Yep. Red Thorn. Nailed it. Well done, sir. Well done. But did you have enough points to get on the podium? Super came in 3rd place. I came in 2nd. See, just because I won a bunch does not mean I was going to win. But 1st place goes to Red Thorn. Well done. Well done. You nailed it. You beat me by 8 points. 8 points. That's it. Cheater. All right. Well, thank you again, everybody that's been here hanging out, whether you were lurking or chatting, puzzling or marbling or just listening to the story, whatever it was. I appreciate it. We are gonna close this so I can get it off my screen. Goodbye, thank you. We are gonna go raid my buddy Average Aim. He's playing Final Fantasy at the moment. He's also doing Pokemon stuff in the background. And he's just an all-around good guy. I appreciate him a lot. I don't hang out with streams as much as I used to anymore, just because life and timing, but yeah, it's always nice to go and say hi to him when we get the opportunity. So thank you for being here. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a fantastic night. We'll be back on Thursday with some American Truck Sim and some classics music as well, of course. Classical station. But until then, take care and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.